Welcome back to another episode of, I don't have the money, but I like the Linda Hallberg palette, so I'm going to try and use this instead. I'm going to do a couple versions. I'm going to do, I think, a Natasha Denona version, and then I'm also going to look through my Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Palette and see what I got in there to kind of give me something with the vibes. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned. We're getting into it. Okay, so we'll start with Natasha Denona, and then I want to also kind of do a bonus Pat McGrath / Shop My Stash for some other stuff. And the first shade is Crush. Looks a lot like Natasha Denona Gold's Limechrome. I mean, I feel like this kind of outdoes the Linda Hallberg, but Linda Hallberg's is not as... It's not as smooth and vibrant. It's more of a sparkly formula. So I don't know if I'm catching any of this. Let me see if I can dim the lights just a little on that side so you guys can see. But that's what I'm going to go with for the first shadow. Grab my handy dandy cow magnet right here and just gently place it over, and you can see right there that it lifts up the entire shadow without scarring it. Well, it kind of did, but ideally it wouldn't scar it. I have my Makeup Geek. We'll see if the shimmers fit in there, but I'm not 100% sure. The next one is Success, and I kind of felt like this, ooh. Has anybody else's 5 pans broke? These things, this is kind of, but it's really... This has got way too much white base to it. Hers do not have white base to them. That's not going to work. But it may have to do, just so you know. It may have to work. Let's see what else we've got. This is the Love palette. Ooh, what's this right here? That could possibly go for Love in the bottom left hand corner, and I think they're all duochromes. Is Laurel, is that a duochrome? I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe, but see, that again is just a little bit too soft of a shimmer, and it's got too much base pigment. Here's the Love palette. Sorry, the other one was Sunrise. What about Giving? That looks definitely like Love, wouldn't you say? Yeah, and it's got that glitter in it. I think I'm going to have to go with that shade. Which one did I do here? So I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, how do I do this? Oh, I just take them all out. That's what I do. That's always kind of the pain in my side from these cow magnets. So Pure Love is that color. Okay, well, here we go. And it's scarred. Never mind, I take that back. All right, so that's going in the corner. So we've got those two. You know, I feel like... maybe that other shade would work. The Awakening shade for Success. Because I don't think that the yellow Limoncello shadow would work. So let's go ahead and try to just lift out that shadow. There we go. Okay. So we'll do that. I don't know, it kind of fits. And then the last shadow, it actually looks kind of like, is it like a purple? And it's almost got like a gray base from what I saw. That's a little too purple. I think, however, is this my blue purple? Yeah. I think what would be really nice is this Calypso blue shade. Don't you think that'd be pretty? It's not quite as sparkly, but it's got a little bit of sheer, like, transparency. So I feel like that might be, you know, a nice use this instead. Let's see what we've got. Oh, and all 4 of those would fit, I think. You know, I don't actually know if a Makeup Geek palette would hold 4 of these or not, but that is my Natasha Denona, what I'm using instead. Well, my Linda Hallberg, what I'm using instead, with Natasha Denona. Now, this in no way, shape, or form is cheaper than the Linda Hallberg. It's $42, but I don't have $42 to spend on eyeshadow. So I'm using what I've got, and I've created this palette here. And let's see what else I've got in my collection to dupe the vibes of the Linda Hallberg palette. Because I think I'd like to make a Pat McGrath quad and see if I can make something similar to this. All right, so I've got this here. We'll just set that down. And then I've got this opened. And just upon first look, this, I know Lauren May Beauty mentioned something about JD Glow's Unexpected, which I've also got right here in front of me. It's really similar to, I think it's the Love shade, or maybe it's the Crush shade that she was showing off. But at any rate, there it is. And it's kind of got that transparency alongside the glitteriness and the shimmer and the sparkle. Let me see what, I think it's Dragonfly. Yeah, Dragonfly. I had to repress it. It's a little darker, actually, if you can see that. But I kind of like it. Yeah, this definitely has more of a base, a vermilion base to it. Whereas this has that sparkle that you would want. So if you had JD Glow's Unexpected, you might use that. Maybe I should make a JD Glow. Stay tuned to see what I pick for the 4 shades of my JD Glow. This is so much fun. Oh, did you see that? I just busted some of that right out. I had to repress this yesterday because it fell. The palette fell. This is never fun. And I really pressed it hard too. But anyways, I think I'm going to put that in for, I think it's supposed to be in place of Passion because it's got that purple. And it's got a little bit of like, I don't know, a vermilion base to it. I think it's pretty though. All right, there's not too many shadows to choose from, so I think we'll have to go with this shade right here. And it is Galactic Gold. And I think that's got to go in place of Crush. Yeah, I think I don't have really a choice. Okay. And then for the Success, I think I'll use, I think it's Bronze. Yeah. I do believe this is also a duochrome. Well, maybe not. That really doesn't really go. We'll just stick it in there for now though. And then for Love, I think the only other one that we've really got is this one, right? Yeah, that one would, I think it just almost has to go. You know, I want to change my mind. I think, oh, did you see that? Look at that. This might be a little overkill. This actually has that, no, it's too blackened, but it has that gray base, but instead of just gray, it's like a blackened base. I think it's a little too much for what we need, but it's a nice idea. This, again, neither one of these is really going to work. I do want to be a little bit selfish in this realm and just grab some of the shadows that I already have so that perhaps I can find something that I would really like to go into my 4-pan. So I know I just kind of tried to demonstrate, you know, with what I had in my Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Palette, some shadows that might dupe the vibes of that Linda Hallberg palette, but these are some shadows that I have that I rarely ever reach for, and I don't ever feature them on my channel because they're just really, they're wholesale shadows. So I don't really talk a lot about them, but here they are, and they're beautiful. And I want to put together some of those shadows for my palette. This one is the one I'd like to use in place of Success. I think it just gives exactly that mystical, magical, sparkly duochrome. Then, I don't know if I want this one or not. This one does look very similar, but it's got more of a lavender shift, lavender base. That one's kind of pretty as well. However, I think, so that one's going to go in for a Success. And then we've got Crush, which is kind of that Limechrome shade, right? Is that right here? Does that look like a Limechrome type of shade? Sorry, I know this is, it's like right in front of me. It's completely inopportune. I think maybe this shadow. Yeah, this has got that kind of vibe, and it's really sparkly, but this has a very transparent base to it. But I do think I want to incorporate that. And then I want to use like a purple that would be representative of the Passion. And so for that, I'm going to use this, which has got a little bit of a gray base. Actually, this has got sufficiently a pink base, but it's a little bit slightly transparent. So I kind of want to do that. I'm going to put that right there. And then I've got the Love shade, which is like a pink. Okay. And then lastly, for the Love shade, I really just want to use something extremely pink and multi-dimensional, and I feel like this is it. See that right there? Let me get that in there. You see that shift? It's a beautiful green. It definitely, like, I don't want to say it outdoes the Linda Hallberg, but it's definitely on a different level. Linda Hallberg, I feel like, has more sparkles, whereas this has more of a shift. It was made to shift. So that's, I think, what I'm going to put in place. I think I'm going to go ahead and put all of these Pat McGrath shades back, and then I'm going to go ahead and load these into my palette, and we'll take a look and swatch what I've got. All right, here we are. So here are both palettes made out, and we're going to go ahead and swatch them. All right, and this is Limechrome, and since there's only 4, I'm going to do a nice healthy hand swatch. Ooh. Okay, this is from, it's either the Sunrise or the Love palette, but I'll have it written down below. I think it's from the Love. That's pretty. And then this is from either or. I don't exactly remember. The shades look very similar to one another. Yeah, even in camera and in real life, you can see they're very similar. And then this shadow right here is from the Coral palette. No. This is from the Blue Purple palette. This is Calypso Blue. And you can see there what I've got. Okay, so those are my Natasha Denona, what I'm using instead. Let's go ahead and swatch these buttes out. And again, these are wholesale, so they don't have any names. If you're really truly interested, I could link to you how to get them, but they're just like a wholesale type of situation. You have to buy plenty of them, or you can buy them in samples, which is what I did. But it's more geared for businesses to purchase them. And I just did it because I wanted my own shadows to own. There's the first one in place of Crush. Here's the shade I'm going to use instead of Success from the Linda Hallberg palette, Shimmer Saga. Oh boy, you can't really see, and they look very similar. And then maybe I should put a little bit of tackiness. So then I'm gonna, there's the third shade. And then this is the fourth shade, In Place of Passion. Let me go ahead and swatch that second shadow just one more time. It is transparent, but there you go. These are what I'm using instead of the Linda Hallberg Shimmer Saga palette. I'm Kendra Morgan Official, and thanks so much for watching. If you guys like videos about single eyeshadows and saving some money when you can, please subscribe down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.